Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, 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 welcome back to episode number 5 on the Piney Acres MT Pockets Challenge. Welcome, welcome, welcome into episode number 5 already. So we have cut a lot of trees. I'm going to give you guys your normal flyover like I always promised you guys, and I will show you what we got going on. I went ahead and I took my mod out of here because I'm working on it. I'm almost done with it. I'm so excited. So while we wait for it to get finished up, I brought in the original auto load. Look at all the trees that we have cut. I want to show you guys that we are at 300 trees we've cut already at 8 hours and 32 minutes already. So we are rocking and rolling. I changed the stire out to the bigger one just so we can start building up. But you can see how much we've absolutely cleared. We have made a big dent in this. We're almost to the shop already. Probably another 100. Well, I would say probably realistically, I know when I've cleared this before, there was like 1,000 trees in this section. So we're about the part where we can actually start going. But you can see by my level of trees here, we've got a lot of trees to sell. A lot. There's 100 on the ground, because remember we started on the last episode, we were at 200. So that's 100 trees sitting on the ground ready to go. Let me get out of the air real quick. So like I stated, my auto load, it is out of the game right now because it is being worked on. I'm so excited. I'm working on some color schemes. I'm working on some different bunk styles and things like that. So that's going to be great. And I'll bring that back as soon as it's ready. I usually, when I'm modding, I usually will come and I'll show you guys a mod, and then I'll take it back out of the game and bring it into the darkness, they say. And then when we have a big reveal, it'll be finished. I've done a lot of work on it already, and I'm going to continue to do a lot of work on it. But until then, we're going to use the old-fashioned regular auto load with the Mack truck, and we're going to go from there. So I think what I've decided to do, everybody, is I think I've decided to go a full-fledged sheep farm. And the reason why I say that is because I've dabbled in sheep a little bit, but I've never done them fully. I've done full chickens. We've had the Chicken Odyssey. I've done the Dairy Empire, where we've had 10,000 cows and we've done 10,000 chickens, or we've done 100,000 chickens, but I've never done, I've had sheep, but I've never had like a full-fledged, like just sheep farm where we can just bale up grass and be done with it and move on to our crops and things like that. So I'm going to be searching and scouring the internet to get us a nice sheep pen in here, and one that probably holds quite a bit. Maybe we'll do 25 or 30,000 sheep. I don't know. We'll see. And then we're going to have our crops, and we're going to have, I want to put in some factories that we can take our wool to and possibly make some clothes and things like that. So give us something to do. Plus, I want to be able to take our crops that we have and do something with them. We'll figure it out as we go. It's kind of like on it. But as you can see, we went ahead and we put the other stire in here. We have 276 horsepower. I sold everything. We also have a dozer in here that we will be adding eventually for when we get mining, because we're going to eventually have to start driving this way towards the mine. As you can see, get up here. It is it's easier to do it this way. It is way up here in the corner. Right in here is the stone quarry. Actually, yeah, it's way up there. So we're gonna have to be driving. We're gonna have to come down here, drive around. It's gonna be fun, but we'll be able to mine. And once we get set up over there, then we'll be hossing stones back. So it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited about getting some mining going. I'm excited about getting maybe possibly some gold mining going on this map. It's gonna be absolutely epic. We got a lot of plans. But I think this first section here, we will make it grass for our sheep, and we'll just do grass bales, and we'll put them into the a storage unit of some sort that holds quite a few bales, and we'll go there. Other than that, let's get going, guys. Let's sell some stuff. And so how's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome, and I am doing fantastic as usual. I hope you guys are doing well as well. Now, unfortunately, my mod that I'm working on will fit 15 to 20 trees. This only fits like 9, but it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So which is the one? There we go. And we'll turn that on. Oh, I got to go to the other side. There we go. And we'll just load this. Each one of these is a pile. We'll go up. We'll sell them. We'll keep selling all these. And then possibly by our first because we already have the mower. We'll buy our first baler, which I think I'm going to go with the John Deere square baler to get started. And that way we can shut that down, put this up there, and let's go. Now, it does load fast, and I don't like it. We went ahead and we went to 11.5 meter logs instead of the 10.5. But you can see we've made it quite a ways. And this thing here does tip over. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, but it's something I can use temporarily till I fix mine. It's almost done. I probably will have another couple episodes. I might have it back in here for you guys. And it's exciting because I really like the mod. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's see what we get for the first load here. Oh, we made 31,000. That's not too bad. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good, actually. So, while we do that, let's buy some equipment, and we'll buy our first. We're going to buy the John Deere square baler because I think what I want to do is, yeah, let's do. Hang on a second. Let me do this so I can think and do it at the same time. We can also use the Vermeer baler. Yeah, but I want to do square. So let's do the old-fashioned. This, and we'll go game speeds, and there we go. Got that. And then we will be switching eventually off the Steyr to this tractor right here. We're going to go. I've got another mod already put in the game, ready to go. It is going to be the 6R extra large frame, 300 horsepower. So we're going to start with this, but if we end up getting enough money, we're going to go to this. And this mod is absolutely epic. Very happy with it. We went over everything on it. It's error-free. Everything is done perfectly on this. I got this off King's Mod, so I will post a link for this one. So that's absolutely epic on this. But that's great, and it's super realistic too. So that's what we're gonna do. And so we're gonna go to a John Deere farm because guess what? I only think I've done one series with John Deere. And it was a big feature at Fs22. It started out where everybody was excited that John Deere was in here, and I purposely stayed away from it because I own John Deere in real life, so I wanted to be sure that we kind of stayed away from it a little bit. But we're going to mow this up. We're going to make our grass first, and then when we're done making our grass, we're going to plow it in and plant grass. So that'd be great. But like I said, every single Let's Play that I do, I will not go over 15-meter equipment just because I think that that's my cutoff for really large equipment. I just think it's absolutely massive. It's like 45 or 51 feet wide, so that's pretty good size. But we'll make that one there, and we'll start clearing some section for our there's that, and then boom. Then we'll start clearing some sections for our factory, and I think I'll put our factory up by the shop up here so we can still travel a little ways to get it. And then our second field we'll put in over here, and we'll do something like that. So I think it's going to be a good idea to do a sheep farm, just a flat out sheep farm, which means that we're going to have to purchase our fertilizer. I want to go liquid fertilizer because I always do slurry, I always do manure, and I think for one time I'd like to do regular commercial fertilizer. And everybody seems to always do the look at that, 29. We're getting some decent. I never thought in a million years it would get that much money. So we may, by the time we're done, we may end up with enough to buy that tractor and then just start our series off. Yeah, I just think it's time for me to do a full-fledged John Deere. I have done them before. I did it on Iowa Plains, but it was the older stuff, and this will be nice. It'll be really nice to be able to have a just something where we don't have to worry about it. But anyways, I was talking about the commercial fertilizer. I've always been a firm believer on slurry or manure, but that doesn't mean that we can't purchase the slurry and make our own. You know what I mean? Just we get it cheaper, so we'll have it, and that sort of thing. I did do sheep a couple of times, but it was more like dabble, if you know what I mean. Like I did it on Cavalier Roy's map. We had some sheep, but it was only a couple hundred sheep. It wasn't like a crazy amount. And I did do some sheep on Yukon Valley, but I never had a dedicated sheep farm. And then I think that one of these millenniums, I'd like to try horses and see how well they are. I've heard they don't make any money and for the amount of work you have to do, but it'd be nice to experience it at least. You just got to be careful with this because this will tip over. If I had my way, I'd fix it. And it's the wheelbase. It's all it is. The auto load works fantastic on it. We are making serious money now. Like, we made 31 and 29, and I think it might have had a few more trees in it, but we made 29 and 27, so those two had about right. Yeah, because the first couple of loads that I put down over there were, I think, 15 trees, and then now we're going to get smaller loads. But as you can see, you can go right along with this now, and we can have a trailer hooked up, so eventually we'll get a second one, and we'll have 2 loads going at once. So we'll start doing that sort of thing, but I'd like to eventually get to maybe a log storage so that none of these are sitting out there, because it doesn't affect my computer so much because I have a pretty decent heavy powered computer. But anything much more, I did notice it when I was starting to, yeah, you see how this one's lighter? I did start noticing when I got to about the 100 tree mark that I was starting to get a little bit lag. I mean, that's a lot of trees on the ground, because what happens, everybody, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, when you cut down a tree, okay, see right here, you got one tree. But when you cut down one tree, it becomes 5 or 6 pieces or 3 pieces. And then, so you got 10 trees sitting here, that's 40 pieces that it recognizes. It thinks there's 40 logs. And that's the way it is, because if you've ever noticed them, if you get really close to them, they kind of bounce and twitch and do all that stuff. So technically, if you put a pile of 10 trees, you've got 40 logs. You've got 40 trees on the ground. So if I've got 100 trees on the ground, literally, it's, and plus the 88,000 that's in here, or if, well, it's actually more than that, because remember, like I told you guys last episode and the episode before that, that I cleared all of the flat parts. I never cleared anything up on top or anything like that. We're going to attempt to do that. I will give credit. I want to give Empty Pockets a huge shout out credit, because I'll tell you something. When you start using a tree harvester, that was only 24. That one was a light one. When you start using a tree harvester, okay, and you start cutting them, I'm so used to using the Brucks or the Trex, and you start cutting stuff down by hand, whew, to get 100 trees. Like at first I was like, I'll get 100 trees. I'll get that in like 10 minutes. Yeah, with the Brucks or with the Trex. But when you start cutting them down, it took me until about 4:30 in the afternoon to cut them after I got done recording. So it literally took me, we were at 6 hours and something, and it took me about 2 to 2.5 hours of straight cutting to get to 100. So, but I have to also give Poor Boy Modding a shout out, because I've got, like I said, I got 100 trees on the ground and 88,000 plus. I would say realistically probably close to 100 grand. I don't know why that did that, but let's see if we can dump that off there, unless it's going to stay. Actually, it might stay. So let's see. Let's take it up there. Might not be able to. There, we'll drop that off like that, and we'll pick it up like this. There we go. See, that was easy. But I would say realistically, this map probably has close to 100,000 trees on it. When I was on it before, I didn't give them a very good review, because I'm a big firm believer on, well, if the map doesn't, if you're going to claim that it has this many trees on it, it better be on there. But I'll tell you one thing, having that many trees on the ground, having this many trees on here, and not a single lag, not a single spike, not a single anything. In fact, the lighting is amazing on this map, because I showed you guys last episode. Look at how the sun's coming through, and it changes the color of the trees, and it just absolutely makes everything super bright. Just great. We're actually going to have enough, I think, because we can sell the Steyr to get our John Deere, and we'll have our first tractor in the game. Even though we've had now 3 tractors in the game, it will be our first official tractor. Ooh, let me spin around that one there for a second. Ooh, Fast and the Furious on that one. And then we will come, if we've got enough time, we're at about 14.5 minutes now, get these sold, and then I will mow one section here and start to, and once I mow it, then I can buy my plow. I can start plowing in the ground and making grass field. Also, the dozer that I put in here has Terraform on it, so it'll be able to create fields. It'll be able to level out, and we can get dirt, because there are In fact, what I may do, there is a mod out there that I've used it once, but it's not in my mod folder again. I'll have to get it. There is a stone crusher that you add dirt to, and it makes stones. But we don't need that because we have all the stones we want up in the quarry. We just got to get there. Eventually, we're going to be, like the first couple loads we go over there, we're going to have to kind of dodge trees on our way over, if you know what I mean. Look at that. We're almost there. Almost there already. In fact, we are there now. Watch this. We are there. So now let's get our 6R, and this will be one of our final tractors. And then the next one we're going to go to is the 7R, probably, and that'll be about the biggest, or we can go right to the 8R. But that's the biggest one I think I want to go to, almost 400 horsepower. But this one is a mod that we're using, and it is really good here. We will take that. We're going to go like that. That'll be 300 horsepower. The other one was 276, so it wasn't like we gained a bunch. Let's see. Wide wheels. Nope, I got the 90s. That's what I got on. 90 US. That's decent sized tractor. We're going to go US version. Standard seats. Nope. We want to go back fenders. We're going to go a little bit bigger. Monitor. And ultimate. There we go. And additional lights. Yep. All. We're going to have it all. 60. 360. Nope. That's weights. There we go. Front linkage. That way we can have it. Front loader attacher. Mechanic button. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I did have enough money. There we go. We now have it, and let's go show you. But it's only 300 horsepower, so it's not like it is super realistic because the 6R is right around 300 horsepower. Look at this. So I put the bigger monitor in here. Look at the mirrors. They actually work. And I think, yep. Look at this. Look at this. It's got it in here. So you could play with this one super realistic. That's for Russ. He likes this. It's got a good sound to it. There we go. Let's continue selling our logs. Here we go. We got our first tractor in the game. We got our first baler. So what's good about that baler in our mower is that it will mow into the 3 windrows. You guys have seen that on Vintage Oaks. And it will mow it, and then we just come along with the baler and just pick it right up. We don't even have to windrow it. My next order of business off camera is to find us a nice sheep pen because we're going to have enough money after this to buy us a sheep pen. So we're doing well, guys, and we're getting rid of these trees, and that's good. That's great. A couple more loads. We literally got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more trips. And we got our mower and our baler. Now I'm going to buy I want to find out how much it is. Let's find out how much the Anderson, Mr. Anderson. This thing right here is 90,000. Okay, so we have to get to 90,000. Shut that down. And which we won't have any problem doing. But see, now we're buying this stuff legit. And as you can see, any logging map, this is why I've always told you guys. And I would have proven it. And I started to prove it on Vintage Oaks. I was $400 and something thousand in debt. And I was already, you guys saw that I had upgraded from 20 cows. And when that map went kapooey, we were at 80 cows. And then we were on 4 months or 5 months into the game already. And we were at 80 cows, and we were thinking about expanding some of our property. So making money in this game, to me, is very easy once you know what you're doing. And especially on a logging map. Like, I could literally chip up all these trees, right, with the brucks or the Trex, and wood chips only sell for like 50 or 60 per thousand, per 100 or 1,000 or something like that, some ridiculously low number, and I would make millions, because if you use the Trex and you're getting 3 million liters at a time, that's $300,000 that you're making off one load. And I guarantee you, if we would have chipped up 100 trees and put them in there, it would be $3 million. So we'd have made 300,000, but we're almost making that now. So in the long run, it's half dozen one another. how you make your money. But I do want to get a sawmill. And I want to get all the cool factories and things in this and get us going. And so we got stuff to do. I mean, we're always going to have stuff to do. We can always cut trees, but it would be nice to have a place to put your logs and get out some planks or get out some boards and do things like that, because that's the true in spirit of the way Empty Pockets wanted it played. If you watch his series on UK Forest, he is constantly using factories. He's probably got, I'd say realistically 15 or 20 factories, if not more. I like the sound of that Mac. Here we go. $90,000. Let's buy it again. Let's buy it. Let's buy that. Mr. Anderson. Now, what this thing does is... Can I change the... No, we'll just go like this. Let's head over this, go over there and look at it. Look at that. Now we're down to $2,000, but we're buying the equipment that we want right off the bat, which is good. Now, this will pick up square bales, and it will pick up all the way up to 240 size bales, and it stacks them like the round baler. So when it'll slide them off, and it'll be like 3 high or 2 high, and that's it. So you can use like a skid loader. You can do all that stuff. So I'm going to get myself a nice John Deere skid loader to put in here. And then that's it. So we're slowly getting there. We started in August, so we played August, September, October, and now we're fourth month in, and we're already starting to get our fleet ready. So the next big bunch of money I want to get is a shed up there for our equipment, because remember, the farm down here will be strictly for our animals. So, and we're not limited to at all whatsoever to just that pad. So don't think we are, because I can expand that pad so fast your head will spin, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put our animals down here, our sheds and our workshop and stuff up here. Now that one wasn't very big. I don't know what Fury was thinking on that one. So, well, we'll sell it anyways like that, because I know those are 2 loads. This will only give us about $10,000, but so I got to scour the internet for a really nice, pretty sheep pen that holds maybe a couple thousand, and we'll go from there. Or maybe I can edit it myself and hold like 25,000 sheep. But let's do it to where it's, if we're gonna make one that's that big, here's what we'll do. We'll do a caveat, because even though we're playing realistic-ish, it was probably 17. I knew that one. Let's do it somewhat realistically. Like if we edit a pen to hold like 2,000 or 3,000 sheep or 5,000 sheep, let's get the one in here that's absolutely massive, that has the massive yard to it, so it's kind of realistic, you know what I mean? Because you wouldn't want to get a little tiny pen. Like when I took the slotted cow pens and I was on Yukon Valley, and I put like 10,000 cows in them. That's not realistic at all. That doesn't make any sense. So we'll have to expand the yard and get everything up, but we're going to start making some bales. We won't need to sell them, so it literally will be just for storage and storage only. And that's it. You know, we'll get ourselves a bale storage and all that cool, awesome stuff. I was really excited about getting the red barn pack in here, but I found out that it conflicts with one of my mods that I have. And I really think it was the dozer that I had before in here. Because that's the only thing you got to be careful of, guys. If you're downloading mods from different sites, you want to be careful, because I got rid of it so fast because it wouldn't let me. When I put my house down, I couldn't sell it, and it went underground. I was like, whoa. So I knew immediately it was a mod conflict. So, and it's generally the last mod that you put in. That's usually the way I found it, because you always find issues, you know. 24. We've been averaging 24 to 27,000 per load. That's just for 9 or 10 trees. So one last load, and we are at 40,000, and we can go down, and we're going to mow our first section, and then the next thing we're going to buy is a plow. And I think because we have 300,000, I think we're going to use the 10-meter one plow, and we're going to mow the grass, pick it up with our baler, stack it over one of those sections, and I think that we'll be able to buy a shed as well, I think. This will give us another 20,000, so we'll sell it. We'll buy us our first shed up there, just so we can park some of our equipment in it and go from there. But you know what we could do? Well, that's the shop and stuff, though. But it's also the store. All right. what we're going to do, I think, since we're going to be on the fly here, I like the sheds up here, but this is also technically the shop. So what I would rather put up here, it already has a fuel tank. I'd rather put up here like factories. So, yeah, let's, we'll build our traditional farm down that way. How's that sound? There we go, 31 for that one. That was a big one. So we're going to go down, take this back down here. We'll buy a shed. And actually, you know what? Got about 5 minutes. Let's go down here and mow first. Next episode, we'll buy us our first shed to put our equipment in. We'll start slowly moving it down here because we're going to keep that as the shop down that way. So I'm going to leave this one right about here because we're going to need it for the next couple loads. And then let's take this and we'll go down and we'll start mowing. We'll at least mow up to what we got. And then, yeah, let's make this our factory up here. So we'll put a sawmill up here because we can't build where the tractors are because that's where the shop is. But we can put our sawmill up here, like so we can start clearing that section right up there once we get done with this one. And we'll put our sawmill in there. We'll start making planks off of it, which just gives us another avenue to make money. We'll put our wool and clothing factory up here. And I've got one that's pretty cool. I've got one that's a dual one that you can make clothing and a whole bunch of stuff with it. So, be exciting. We'll make that section up by the shop up that way. That whole section back and forth there is our shop section with our factories. We'll keep our farm down here. So I got to find a nice sheep pen. So that takes bales that we can use our hay bale. Most of them do anyways. Most of them take grass bales. But we can feed them grass and be done with it. Be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Boy, that was a fast 30 minutes, wasn't it? Took us all that time to sell the trees. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to go like this. That, and then I want to see what it says for width. Working with 0. Nope, I think it's 9 meters. So back, and then we're gonna go like this. Oh, I don't have it hooked up. Ha, that's funny. So we'll have to take care of that on the thing, but you can see how it'll make 3, and then it'll keep it mowed down like this. It will grow back, but we're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make a field. So. Make ourselves some bales. This is epic. We're finally doing something besides logging. All right. Get this turned around, and then we'll go grab our tractor with our baler and bale these up. See, we can just go up and down the rows now. We don't even need a windrower. I only did that because it was so we get by with the baler. There we go. Let's grab the. It's already hooked up. All right, let's go. Let's unfold this. Let's make sure that we are on 220. We're gonna go 240. There we go. Shut that down. Now we're making some grass bales for our sheeparoonie. So. That's what we're going to do. And then I will mow a couple strips, and then I'll go cut 100. We're into the next day. So my first priority is cut another 100 trees. And then we'll come back and we'll keep chipping away at mowing. We'll buy a plow. We'll start working in, and we'll make our first field. I just want to do this really quick and see how well it works. So, but on that note, let's get our outro out of the way, and we'll wrap this bad boy up. So please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you are watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you right back here on the next one. We're excited. We're doing it. We're bigging it up now. We're actually making a bale for the first time. And next one, so I'm going to scour the internet for our sheep. And then I'm going to continue to get this up, and I'll get these baled. I'll get the bales ready. So this way, when we put sheep down, we'll have the food right away. And I don't even know if we're going to be able to make one bale out of this little 2 strips. There's not much grass on that, but all right, let's shut this down and wrap it up. All right, guys, we made it to the 30-minute mark. Episode 5 is in the books. I will now cut 100 more trees, work that way, mow a few more sections, find my sheep pen that we're going to put in here, and then next time when you guys come back, which will probably be tomorrow or the next day when I put out a video, we'll start putting some sheds in for our equipment, and then as well as our sheep pen. All right, guys, I will get out of here. Get out of here, as Van Ham would say. Get out of here, and have a wonderful night and evening. Have a great one, everyone.